Hi, and welcome back to Spine and Rehab Specialist. I'm Earl Hayden, one of the physical therapists here, joining in by Chris McMillan. And today we're going to show you 5 different exercises that you can use if you want to warm up and get ready to tackle those miles on the track. So the first stretch we're going to show you is a hamstring stretch. The way we're doing that is Chris has his foot on the table. Now you can do this with your foot on a chair, on a stool, having your leg completely on the whole table. But a lot of times you're not going to have something like that at the track. So foot's over here, and then we're just pressing that knee down and just feeling that stretch right through here, through the back of the leg, right behind the knee. Now, another thing is we don't necessarily have to do a lot of bending right here through the low back. We want to get a lot more of the motion coming from the hips, and that will really set off that stretch right behind the leg. Maybe do that 10 to 30 seconds, maybe a couple of times before you go out and start your run. You don't have to do a lot of reps for this. All right, so another basic stretch we can use is we want to make sure that this part is relaxed, but we also want to make sure the front of the hip is good to go. So we're going to do this little half kneel hip flexor stretch. So in this position, we're going to half kneel. We want to make sure the front knee is bent maybe about like 90 degrees, and the hips, we want to rotate them back. So we don't want to stick the butt out. We actually want to kind of tuck them in a little bit, just like that. So almost like rounding out the back. And from there, that's just enough to stretch through the front of that thigh. Okay, now for most folks, that will give you a good stretch right through there. But if you're pretty flexible, you need more stretch, then what you can do is work on actively lifting up that back leg. Okay, you might get a little cramp on that, or if you have a support or a chair, you can have something just kind of holding that position for you. Okay, the main thing is maintaining that pelvic position. So again, anywhere between 10 to 30 second holds a few times on each leg should be good. One of the most important parts we have to take care of when we're trying to run is our ankles. So we're gonna have 2 different stretches we're gonna show you here. So the first one is basically we're trying to work on the mobility of this ankle, being able to pull that toe up. So Chris has his foot up on this table and he's pushing his knee forward, and we're trying to work on getting a little stretch right here through the back of the ankle, but it's also doing a nice little mobilization of this joint here, okay? And that sets us up for being able to quickly pull up that toe repeatedly while we're running, which loads up this Achilles tendon like a spring. We're ready to do our foot strike and propel us forward. It doesn't take a lot, maybe anywhere between 10 to 20 repetitions. Feel like it's loosening up and it's pretty relaxed. That should be good. All right, again, 10 to 20 reps on both sides. Then we want to make sure we're stretching this this muscle tibialis anterior. So this muscle gets used a lot while we run because we're always pulling up that toe. So we're going to stretch out that. So Chris has his toe pointed down and just kind of pushing his knee forward to get the stretch right through here. Okay, and we can do mobilizations, maybe doing brief pauses, kind of going forward and then relaxing that, or doing longer holds for anywhere between 10 to 30 seconds. It doesn't take a lot of reps. A few, like maybe 2 to 3 reps should be fine for each side. All right, and the last exercise we're going to show you is a nice little dynamic stretch. So we have these parallel bars here. We set them kind of low. Now, if you have access to a track and there might be hurdles that haven't been put away, you can use them. So these are raised up to maybe about like 3 feet in height. And all Chris is going to do, he's going to kick his leg over, swing it over, and bringing it back. And what we're looking for is trying to keep the posture nice and straight, not slouching as we're bringing that leg over. So this is good to, 1, use these muscles, make sure we have the strength to kick over, and then 2, we're opening up the hips because everything in track, with running, we're always in a straight line. We don't really get a lot of motion going out here. So this helps to make sure we're staying nice and loose. We're not getting any restrictions. It really just helps warm everything up. So you want to do anywhere between like 10 to 20 reps for each side. All right, and those are 5 different exercises you can use to get ready to run on the track and get ready to knock those seconds off your time. So make sure to join us tomorrow for our Thirsty for Knowledge Thursdays, where Harry Coster and Anthony Durant are going to go over more exercises and different tools you can use to recover after running and make sure you're trying to prevent injuries and you can continue running pain-free. If you have any questions with any of those exercises, maybe it's time to come over and see one of our physical therapists. We do a free consultation and help you understand what's going on, what's causing you pain, and see about how we can help you here at Spine and Rehab Specialists.